Hello there guys and welcome back to 100% Chelsea for my preview of the Norwich versus Chelsea game in the FA Cup taking place at 5:30 UK time tomorrow away at Carrow Road. And speaking about opposition Norwich, straight away, they're obviously in the Championship where they currently sit in 13th on 34 points after 26 games played. So far the record shows 9 wins, 7 draws and 10 defeats, scoring 26 goals, which isn't a great number compared to the other teams in the Championship, and 30 goals conceded, which compares decently to the other teams in the league, to be fair. The last 5 games have brought 2 wins, 2 defeats and 1 draw, the last game being a 2-1 win over Millwall on New Year's Day. Norwich basically always go for a 4-2-3-1, like they literally always do, and it actually will be interesting to see if they, like a lot of Premier League teams have done, change their standard formation to suit our 3 at the back system, because obviously I'm not sure if any other side in the Championships plays 3 at the back, to be honest, so I'm not sure whether they will adapt to that, especially playing a better Premier League side. The top goal scorer so far this season has been the Portuguese striker Nelson Oliveira with 7 goals, but their main danger man is probably the centre attacking mid James Maddison, who's got 6 goals and 5 assists already this season. In his pre-match press conference, the German Norwich manager Daniel Farke has said that they won't risk any players that are a doubt, but they want to be competitive, so I don't expect them to rotate all too much. But now coming to Antonio Conte's pre-match press conference, and there's obviously one big talking point, and that is Ross Barkley. So if you didn't know, the story is that Ross Barkley will be joining Chelsea for £50 million, and that he has already had his medical last night or earlier today, and that the move will be confirmed later today, or today anyway. Just quickly my thoughts on it. £50 million for a young English player, he's 24, is cheap, very cheap. But that price obviously comes from his contract running out in the summer. But the clubs did reportedly have a £35 million fee agreed for Barkley last summer, and then various reports saying various different things why it didn't end up happening. Either way, we seem to have saved around £20 million because Barkley wouldn't have been able to play anyway because of that injury, because he hasn't featured for Everton this season so far. Conte then basically confirmed that Barkley will join Chelsea. Chances are by the time this video is live, the transfer has already been made official. Conte said, we're talking about a young English player with a great prospect who has a lot of space for improvement, is strong physically with good technique. And he also said that the club decided to make this investment and believes it's a good opportunity for the club. But Conte also said that if the player signs for us, it's important to understand when he can start playing, because he's still recovering from a bad injury and not having played in about 7 months, so we must have patience. I'm not sure if Conte meant to make it so obvious that we've basically signed him already, or if that is down to the language barrier, but the way he phrased it, he basically said it's done, like the club decided to make that investment, not might decide or will decide or, you know, that kind of thing, but decided. But he then said the club will inform the media and the fans when there is any news to talk about. I think we'll sign him now rather than in the summer for free, because we're worried he might go somewhere else, like Tottenham, where he sees a bigger chance of regular football, possibly. But for that to be worth it, let's hope he can fully recover and start playing as soon as possible, because if we have another Pato situation that he plays his first game in April, we might as well not have signed him. So let's hope he can get fit in the next month so he can actually start playing very soon, because, you know, he's a good player, he's talented. I think he has to make more use of his talent, but, you know, I will speak in more depth about it, or one of us will speak in more depth about it. Once the transfer is confirmed, there will be a separate video made on the channel. Continuing with Conte's pre-match press conference, Conte then declined to speak about any other transfer targets, including Andy Carroll, who we've been rumoured to be interested in, which I find utterly ridiculous, especially if it costs £27 million, which is the rumoured fee. Like, that is just ridiculous. Like, get that out of your head. Whoever in the club decides we want Andy Carroll, stop doing that. Let's not sign Andy Carroll. Let's sign someone else, please. Then Conte actually went on to having digs at Arsene Wenger, who said Hazard dived for the penalty against Arsenal, and Conte said if Wenger watches the game again, he will see that they got lucky with some refereeing decisions. Obviously speaking about that obvious dive by Jack Wilshere, which should have had him sent off because he was already on a yellow card. And also Conte had a dig at Mourinho, who apparently yesterday said some managers act like clowns on the sidelines, the media interpreting that as if he was speaking about Conte and Klopp. Conte simply said maybe Mourinho is speaking about himself in the past, about what he did in the past and his former behaviour. Obviously speaking about his celebrations at Manchester United when he was with Porto, or at Barcelona when he was at Inter, you know, those kind of clowny celebrations. Conte said some people just start forgetting things when they get a little bit older, which I found hilarious. Then we got some team news ahead of tomorrow's game, and those are Eden Hazard has picked up a slight calf problem, but David Luiz is in contention for the game tomorrow. And also Conte confirmed that he will rotate his team tomorrow. No indication as to how long Eden Hazard will be out for. Not sure if he might miss the first leg of the League Cup semi-final midweek as well. Let's hope he can recover by then. Annoyingly, there was no update on Charlie Musanda's fitness situation. I would have liked to know if he might, you know, is in contention to start or not, or at least be on the bench, that kind of thing. But now speaking about Chelsea and the possible lineup with the lineup I think Antonio Conte will go for. Well, like I said, Conte has confirmed that there will be rotation, and that was to be expected. So what I think Antonio Conte will go for tomorrow is a 3-4-3 formation. Willy Caballero in goal, Antonio Rudiger, David Luiz and Gary Cahill as the 3 centre-backs, David Zappacosta and Kennedy as the 2 wing-backs, Denny Drinkwater next to Ethan Ampado in central midfield, Charlie Musonda on the left wing if he is fit to play, with Pedro on the right wing and Batshuayi up front. Maybe Ampado will start as the centre-back again, like he did against Bournemouth in the League Cup, but I think with David Luiz being back and hopefully starting, it's more likely that Ampado will start in centre of midfield. If Musonda isn't fit enough to play more than, say, 20 or 30 minutes, it will be Willian and Pedro on the wings, as Hazard obviously has the minor calf injury, unless we go 3-5-2, but that would surprise me in a game like that. Like I said, that's just the formation that I think Antonio Conte will go with, and the lineup that I think he will go with. Could obviously be different, but, you know, that's just what I think, really. I haven't watched Norwich this season, so I don't know whether to expect them to try and give us a game or whether they're more likely to sit back and try to get a result that way. But the latter is probably the more likely of the two. So let's play our football, score some goals, don't endure a shock defeat, and get into the next round of the FA Cup, really. My score prediction is a 3-0 win. Like I said, they haven't scored all too many goals this season, so I expect us to keep a clean sheet. And if we get a goal within the first, say, 30 minutes, I think we'll score 3. But the defensive record hasn't been bad, like I said, so maybe we'll only manage to score 1 or 2, but I am confident of getting the win. But yeah, that's really it for me. Leave me all of your thoughts down in the comment section below. Obviously about the whole Ross Barkley story, like I said, Conte basically confirmed it's happening. Like I said, there will be a separate video made and uploaded on the channel once the transfer has been officially confirmed by the club. But, you know, leave me your thoughts on it down in the comments anyway. Also, your predicted lineups ahead of tomorrow's game and your score predictions. Leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Don't forget to check out my social media, which is Louse1507 on both Instagram and Twitter. As you can see over here, I'd massively appreciate it if you could follow me there. And also, don't forget to subscribe to 100% Chelsea if you haven't already. Just click that button up there and you can subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Up the Chelsea. And I'll see you next time.